Hello, hello, 8th grade scholars. There we go. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. We're starting today with more practice with integers just because integers never go away. You'll see them in algebra, you'll see them in geo, and the idea is you want to get so good at these that you don't even think about putting them in the calculator because as soon as you look at it, you know the answer. That's called being fluent in math. When you're fluent in math, it takes you less time, so you do less thinking on this, and you have more time for the more complicated problems. So for number 1, I want you to think about this like you have a number line. So we'll do like a number line today. So for number 1, the first number is -2. That means I would start at -2, and then I'm going to go 4 spaces in the positive direction because I'm adding 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know that this would be -1, 0, 1, and 2. So -2 plus 4 is a +2. For number 3, we can also just use the number line. So I'm starting at -7. I am subtracting 1. If I'm subtracting 1, I'm making it 1 less. And we know from what we did last week that if we're going less, we're going farther away from 0. We are traveling to the left on the number line. So if I go 1 to the left, I'm at -8. So -7 minus 1 is a -8. I think it was Justin Smith on his letter to the 6th grader we did on Friday. I think he was the one who said, if you go to the left, you're getting more negative. So that's another way you can look at it. Oh, I'm getting more negative. I get more negative by going to the left. Looking at number 2, just remember with a problem like this, if I see a minus and a negative right next to each other, it just becomes a plus sign. And we all know 8 times 1. One more example for subtracting. Looking at number 8. Oh, I'm starting at -4. I'm subtracting 5. That means I'm getting more negative. I'm going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see where I land. This would be -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. -4 minus 5 is -9. So that's the first part of ELT. For the second part, you're dividing and multiplying. So just remember, same sign, like 2 negatives, my answer is positive. Different signs, my answer is negative. This is true for the whole page. Same sign, positive, different sign, negative. And then for this one, we're rounding to the place indicated, which means the last number after I round should be the number that's underlined. So the number that's underlined is either going to stay the same or go up 1. To figure out what happens, I look at the number behind it. If this number is more than 5, this 0 will go up to a 1. If it's less than 5, it'll stay a 0. So since I have a 9 after the 0, this 0 is going to go up to a 1, and this number rounds to 91. Now I look at this number. They want me to round to the 1. I look at the number behind it. It's a 2. Since 2 is less than 5, this 1 is going to stay a 1, and my answer would be a 21. Probably the trickiest one is 25. So I want to round to this 9, but this 9 is going to make this 9 go up to a 10. When I add to it, when it goes up to a 10, that means I'm adding a place to the 3 as well. So this would become 2.640. So once again, this 9 made this go up to a 10. which means I also had to make the 3 go up to a 4. Okay, after you do that, you're plotting some points like we did on Friday. You're starting at the origin always. For letter H, I'm going over 4, 3, 4, and down 1, 2, 3. H. Letter I go over 3, and I stay there. J, it's a negative 4, so I go over to negative 4. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Etc., etc. You're going to end ELT with a fraction. I looked at that fraction, and that's why I mixed up the word practice and fraction. You're going to get some practice solving equations. So just remember, our goal is to isolate the variable. Here, what is the variable doing? Oh, it's being divided by 10. So I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite and multiply by 10. I get n equals negative 130. For number 29, my variable has minus 13. I'm going to do the opposite or inverse and add 13 to both sides. N equals, well, negative 3 plus 13. You could use the number line like we did in the beginning, or you could just think, I have $13, I owe 3, oh, I have $10. Excuse me. So if I haven't seen you yet, can't wait to see you in class today. Please work hard the rest of ELT, and talk to you later.